This is episode 5. We're about to dig a little deeper now into some attitudes that Pete and Tim have, and also Skip and Danny. Listen and see if you think like any of them. Meanwhile, last time Nathaniel ended up in the water with a man-eating shark. What do you think you would do in a situation like that? Well, let's find out if he escapes as we hear conflicts.
As I lay in the boat, I could see Pete leaning over the side, trying to help Mr. Bolt get out of the water. I knew he was still in real danger, and I just had to help, but my head hurt so bad. I wondered if I would even be able to stand up. Pete's words kept ringing in my ears. A shark. It was a shark.
Mr. Bolt, you're too heavy. I can't lift you by myself.
Lord, help us!
Here, Pete. Let me help too.
Okay.
Quick.
Ready? Pull!
There.
Oh,
He's
we
in.
made it. Oh, it's gone, Mr. Bolt. We just barely made it.
Oh, thank you, God. Thank you. All right. Good job, boys. Thank you both. Oh. Tim, how you feeling?
Oh, okay, Mr. Bolt. Except my head still hurts pretty bad. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. That was a close call, though, fellas. If God hadn't been watching out for us, we could all been in bad shape.
God? It was Tim and I that got you in the boat. How come you think everything has to do with God?
Pete, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be here today. He saved my life over and over again, and believe it or not, he saved your life too, and Tim's as well. Do you really think you two could have got me in this boat without his help? Or that you could have survived that storm last night?
Maybe, maybe not. All I'm saying is you don't have any proof. Just because people say nice little prayers, that doesn't mean anything.
It may not mean anything to you, but to me it means God loves me and protects my life. You can choose to believe whatever you want, Pete. It's up to you.
It's the same thing, Pete. It really is.
What? What are you mumbling about, Tim?
It is the same thing that happened to us in our boat last night. We prayed to God, and he saved us from drowning. And just now, Nathaniel prayed that God would help us with the shark, and it happened. God is watching over us, Pete.
I don't see it, Tim. It's just not that simple. It can't be.
Why not? God must hear prayers. Mom always told us to pray and that God would hear us. He's just...
I know what Mom is always saying, and I'm tired of hearing about it, okay? Just lay off me.
Okay, I'm only trying to say...
All right, boys, that's enough. Whether or not you personally believe God saved us today or not is not the only conflict here. There's another problem in that you didn't obey my instructions. I warned you about horsing around in the boat and also about wearing those life jackets, but you didn't listen. Now, before we go any further, I want you to promise me that you'll do what I say until we get home.
Yes, sir, Mr. Bolt.
All right, we'll listen.
Okay, let's go. Tim, get your vest back on, and both of you, sit down.
It was an embarrassing experience, but from that moment on, I began to change inside. I'd never seen so many things happen in so short a time, and Mr. Bolt had acknowledged God in all of them. Maybe God was everywhere. That was hard to imagine. But what if it was true? While I was deep in my own thoughts, Pete was thinking about God too. But the scowl on his face told me that something else was happening in him. Something that would lead him down a very different path.
Danny? Danny, wake up!
What's the matter now?
Danny, you were snoring. I can't believe you can't stay awake for just a few hours.
Hey, I got up early this morning, Skip. I'm tired. Let's go home. Pete and Tim might not be back till real late. I can't wait around all afternoon. I gotta get some stuff done at home.
I'm telling you, Danny, I'm not leaving without that money, and you're gonna stay here with me until I get it.
Come on, Skip. My dad wants me home by supper time. You know that.
Tough luck, pal. Would you rather have your dad mad or Tony and those guys after you?
Okay, I'll stay.
Shh. I think I hear a boat.
Hey, I think it's them. Come on.
Get down, Danny. You want old man Colt to see you? We gotta stay out of sight until he leaves, and then we'll go get Pete. It's them, all right. Ooh, buddy, I can just feel that money in my pocket already.
Here, let me help you, boys. Pete, can you walk on that ankle?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm all right too, Mr. Bolt. My head feels a lot better.
Hey, Ma, we're home!
Mom!
Oh, boys! Thank God you're safe. What happened?
Well,
Mom,
we
we
got caught in the
disobeyed you
storm,
and we went
and
out
we hit
too
a
far
rock and our
yesterday.
boat crashed.
We went to the lighthouse. I knew it.
One at a time. Come on inside now and sit down. And you must be
Oh, Mom, this is Mr. Bolt, the lighthouse keeper. He rescued us last night.
Mr. Bolt. I'm Carolyn Stanton. I can't tell you how grateful I am to you.
Oh, that's quite all right, Miss Stanton. I was glad I found them in time. Their boat's pretty banged up, though. I guess I'll like fix it up for you.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
No problem, ma'am.
Well, thank you so much. That would be a big help. And I know the boys will appreciate it.
Well, aside from the boys getting caught in the storm last night, we had a couple of extra minor injuries on the way here. Pete twisted his ankle this morning, and then Tim got hit over the head with one of the paddles in my boat. They're both okay now, but I'm sure they'll want to tell you all about it. Won't you, boys?
Yes, sir.
Well, then, I guess I best be on my way. It was a pleasure meeting you, Miss Stanton. And, boys, I'll probably see you again soon.
Oh, can't you stay for dinner, Mr. Bolt?
Thank you, ma'am, but I really got to get going. Goodbye, boys.
Bye.
Mr. Bolt, can I walk down to the boat with you?
Sure, Tim.
Goodbye, Mr. Bolt. And thanks again.
You're quite welcome. So long now.
Mr. Bolt, I just wanted to say, that I'm really grateful for all that you've done for Pete and me the last few days. I know that we acted pretty bad, and, well, I'm really sorry. I don't understand what's going on, but there's something happening inside of me. I'd like to talk to you about, about God's love and all that sometime soon, if I could, Mr. Bolt.
I'd like that too, Tim. Listen, I'm going to need some parts to fix up that boat of yours. How about if I give you a call next week and you can pick them up for me in town? Then when I come out here to get them from you, we'll talk. How about that?
That'd be great.
All right then, son. Next week.
Okay, bye, Mr. Bolt.
Goodbye, Tim. Oh, and here, give this coin to your brother, will you? Tell him it's a reminder of his adventure at the lighthouse. And here's one for you, too.
But this is the one with the broken piece. I thought it was your favorite.
It's time for me to pass it on, Tim. We'll talk more next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Bolt, and thanks again.
Tim, is that you?
Yeah, it's me, Mom. Boy, it sure is good to be home.
Oh, and it's good to have you home, honey. Why don't you go ahead and sit down? Your dinner's ready.
Where's Pete?
Well, he went up to his room without saying very much. The only thing I could get out of him was he was glad Mr. Bolt was going home. It sure seems like a strange attitude to have under the circumstances. What really happened out there, Tim?
Well, Mom, like I tried to say outside, it all started when we disobeyed you. We went out too far into the reef, and then when that storm blew up, the motor wouldn't start because Pete had crimped the fuel line when he moved the tackle box.
Danny. Colt's gone. Let's go. We'll see if Pete's bedroom light is on. Then we'll knock on the window.
Oh, no. That means climbing the tree again. I sure hope we don't run into Mrs. Stanton. She'll be real mad if she catches us, especially if the old man told her anything.
I know. All right, luck is with us tonight. The light's on. Hey, watch it, will ya?
Sorry, Skip.
Okay, now, be quiet. Pete. Hey, Pete, it's Skip. Pete. Hey, buddy boy, how you doing? Open the window, will ya?
What are you doing out here, Skip?
Danny and I were just out cruising. What you up to? Anything going on?
Well, that's the end of side 1. Our story continues on side 2.
Well, Tim and I just got back from the lighthouse.
The lighthouse?
Yeah, we got stuck on Cove Point last night, and the old man from the lighthouse just brought us home.
Old man Colt? What a bummer.
Hey, listen, Skip. His name is not Old Man Colt, and the story you told me about him wasn't even true.
What story?
The story about Old Man Colt, who is not a killer either, like you said.
Well, we didn't exactly say that. We just said that he had a shotgun.
Just forget it, Skip. I'm not in the mood for another one of your stories. His name is Nathaniel Bolt.
Sounds like you had a great time out there with old Nathaniel Bolt.
Oh, yeah, great time. Every time I turned around, he was telling me what to do.
What do you mean, Pete?
Well, like last night, I wanted to try and radio my mom, but he said, "Oh, no, we can't do that. The phone lines are dead." He wouldn't even try.
Likely story.
And then this morning coming home, he tells me I have to wear my life jacket.
Big deal. We never wear life jackets.
Yeah, that's what I told him, but no, we still had to wear them. And then Tim and I start kind of playing around in the boat, and then Tim kind of accidentally falls in the water.
And old man Bolt blamed it on you, I'll bet.
Yeah, he probably did blame it on me. In fact, when he was talking to Tim and me about it, he was looking right at me the whole time.
Like it was your fault.
Yeah, like it was all my fault. Man, I got so sick of it, and then... Wait, there's someone coming. Shh, you better hide.
Hey, Pete, who you talking to?
Nobody. I was just reading out loud. What do you want?
Well, Mr. Bolt asked me to give this to you. He said he hoped to remind you of your adventures at the lighthouse. Hello, you there, Pete?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks.
I told Mom the whole story, Pete.
Oh, great. Your side of the story as usual, I suppose.
I told her the truth, Pete. Like Mr. Bolt said, speak the truth.
Yeah, right. Okay, like I said, your side. Well, Tim, I gotta get back to my reading, okay?
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Are you sure you're okay?
Look, I'm just tired, all right?
Right, okay. Good night.
Skip.
Yeah?
He's gone, okay. Now, what did you guys really want?
Well, we kind of need to borrow some money, Pete. I owe somebody some, $50, and well, I can probably scrape up 25, but I need another 25, and I was just wondering if you could loan it to me. I'll pay you back real soon, I promise.
Where am I supposed to get that kind of money?
Well, what about your yard work money?
Skip, school just got out a couple days ago.
Hey, what about the money Tim just gave you from Old Man Bolt?
Yeah, how much is that?
Oh, this is just some old coin from another country. I don't even know how much this is. Maybe it's not even worth anything.
Don't worry about it, Pete. I'll take whatever you got. We can tell Tony it's real valuable.
Well, okay, but you guys owe me one.
All right. Hey, thanks, buddy boy. You won't be sorry for this. See you around.
Bye, Pete.
See you guys later.
Skip, do you think Tony's gonna take that coin?
We just gotta make sure he does. We need to think up a good story to go with it so he'll think it's real valuable.
Like maybe it came from a pirate's treasure.
Yeah, That's not bad. We could tell him that Mr. Colt really does have...
You mean Mr. Bolt?
Yeah, really does have a pile of coins from some old pirate's chest.
But that's what Tony told you. I mean, that's why we went out there.
So what? Don't you see? That's what makes it so perfect. He was just pulling my leg. But then when we go and tell him that it was really true and that there really was a huge treasure chest full of these gold coins, look, it even looks gold.
That's great, Skip. I bet he'll buy the whole story.
Okay, that's settled. Now let's go home. I'm tired.
Skip,
Don't worry about it. It'll work. I'm telling ya.
that's not what I'm talking about, Skip.
I see what you mean. Run!
Where?
What kind of question is that? Who cares? Just run!
Skip!
Easy, boy. Nice doggy. Nice dog. Easy, boy.
What now?
Back up. Slowly.
Back up? To where?
Don't ask so many questions. Just get us out of here. Nice doggy. Down, boy. Easy does it.
I'm gonna head for that tree.
Yeah, but slowly.
Slowly? No way. I'm going for it.
No, Danny.
Run!
Danny, I'm gonna get you. Climb up there, quick! Oh, man. Man, I don't believe this. Pete! Pete, is this your dog down here? No, we don't have one. He lives down the road. Well, how do we get him out of here? He's making too much noise.
I don't know. Boy, he looks mean.
Oh, great. So what do we do now? Danny, climb down there and make him be quiet.
Are you kidding? He'd eat my leg off.
Well, would you rather that he eat mine?
Oh, come on, Skip.
Some friend you are.
Hello? Hello? Anyone there?
Oh, no.
Shh. Danny, don't you make a sound.
Well, hi there, Max. Come here, boy. What are you barking at? Oh, I see. Hello there, Skip. You up a tree again?
Oh, hi, Mrs. Stanton. My, you're looking lovely this evening.
Thank you so much, Skip.
Well, you're probably wondering what we were doing up here, aren't you? Well, Danny and I were just out walking and that huge dog attacked us and we climbed up here to...
So we wouldn't get our legs chewed up.
Yeah, and well, I'm sure glad he knows you so that he'll let us down now.
Thanks, Mrs. Stanton. Pete didn't know how much... Ow!
Pete didn't even know that we were up here and...
All right, that's enough. Come down and get on home, you two. Skip, one day those stories of yours are going to get you into big trouble. You'd better start telling the truth.
Why, Mrs. Stanton, I always tell the truth.
Sure you do, Skip. Now go on home. Pete, close your window.
Mom! Hey, Mom, come here!
What is it, Tim?
Come look at this picture. Hey, Mom, look at this.
Why, these are your dad's old Navy pictures. What are you doing, honey?
Well, Mr. Bolt told us about something that happened to him during World War II on the USS Yorktown, and I remember Dad used to talk about a carrier, and that name sounded so familiar. And then when Mr. Bolt told us about the man who...
Tim, calm down. Just what are you trying to tell me?
Mom, just look at this picture. Who is that next to Dad?
Well, I don't know. Probably one of his old buddies, I guess.
But look really close, Mom. Doesn't he look like...
For goodness sakes. I think you're right, Tim.
It's Mr. Bolt, isn't it? That's Mr. Bolt.
Well, once I had a very dear friend by the name of Stan. It just brings back some memories, that's all.